dying of AIDS, more and more are living with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Cashman has the floor for 2.5 minutes.
Madam President, I want to congratulate the French Presidency for their commitment to the fight against AIDS and HIV and those who have spoken in the debate this evening. A late night debate on an issue that actually affects every single one of us every single minute of every single day. Madam President, as a gay man living in the 70s and the 80s, I could so easily have contracted the HIV virus. I was lucky. I did not. But I stood by and I watched as swathes of generations were cut down by a virus and cut down by discrimination and stigmatisation. And that is why the message that needs to go out from here tonight is that we are committed to make available the treatment, to have early testing, but above all and beyond that, and the brilliant and excellent work that Mr Bowis did as a health minister in a Conservative government, we have to say that what happens to you is as if it happens to me, or my daughter, or my son. Because people do not go for early testing for the simple reason, for the fear of the discrimination that they will have to live with. That stigmatisation. I remember once in the early 80s, Madam President, making a visit to a hospital to try and cheer up the patients, which I always failed to do. And I walked into an HIV unit, and there in one of the beds was one of my close friends. He could not even tell me that he was living and dying with an AIDS-related illness. That still exists, not only in this country, but also in other continents. And what happens in other continents affects us directly, because unless we engage with the communities most at risk, they will never hear the message. The sex worker that gets trafficked into the EU is as vulnerable as if the visitor went from the EU to Africa or one of the other continents. And that is why I say I welcome this resolution. But this year, on December the 1st, it is the 20th anniversary of International AIDS Day. Little changes, except the lives that accumulate, that go past and are destroyed. And that is why I congratulate the House, congratulate the Presidency and the Commission and all of the speakers in being here to send a signal that that which happens to them happens to us. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr Savy has 1 minute.
Madam President, I have come to know that the HIV positive people are sometimes treated like lepers, not knowing that with early diagnosis and care they may be active members of the society for a number of years